Thank you. I didn't mean to pick on you.
That's okay. I've been picked on before. No, not at all. I mean, obviously, I'd never heard of Bell until, a year and a half or 2 years ago. I came down to Bell. I didn't know anyone there at all. I was brought in to do basically an organizational review and to see where the department is and see, how we can get, through this issue. What I found was there was a tremendous amount of distrust in the community itself. And that distrust was at the highest levels of the organization, the elected officials, some of the department heads. And so what we looked at is how do we gain that trust back? Very, very difficult. A lot of night meetings. This young gentleman beside me, Captain Miranda, has just done an admirable job. I drag him to all the public meetings that I go to, along with a number of other people. But what I found internally is the people were mad, and still are in many aspects, and rightfully so, because of this violation of public trust. They weren't mad at the individual employee. The officers, what I found, I've interviewed every single employee there. We've gone through a very long process. They're not mad. They don't know even some of the officers, some of the other employees, some of the other city employees, but they're angry about the issue. So within the organization, I can only compliment those men and women that have gone through this for many, many months. They didn't know what the payroll issues were. They didn't know what council was getting paid. They just went out and did their job day in and day out. So what we're doing are many community policing efforts and issues, trying to be as transparent as we possibly can be to regain that public trust. Quite honestly, I'm like I say, surprised they were able to keep it together as well as they did, especially with the absence of a chief for over a year. And they've done actually a very good job at doing that. And now, like I say, it's time to move on. It's time to regroup. It's time to refocus on the efforts of ethics, integrity, and openness in government. And that's what I think the whole team there is trying to do now. So are we there yet? Probably not quite. Are we moving in the right direction? I think so. But again, I want to compliment the people who are there, the command staff, and the great majority of people didn't really know what was going on, and a violation of public trust is huge. So we're heading in the right direction. We've had a lot of help. I have George here sitting beside me. He's given me a lot of advice all too over from Huntington Park, and a lot of other folks. So they've all come together, and I think, like I say, we're heading in the right direction, but it is a very difficult thing to get through, and it is, I can't say it's a crisis, but it's certainly an ongoing issue that will probably take years, to get past. So thank you, and great job by the panel, and certainly appreciate it.
Thank you, Chief.